Welcome back to L5 Star FC. We got a new season, same channel, and please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button. We are going to have a boss season on and off the football pitch, and we're going to be doing a lot of shows, including pre-match shows in terms of starting 11 predictions, match reactions, previews, all that sort of stuff will be coming to you, including other perks for you guys. But all it takes for you to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It takes less than 10 seconds for you to hit that red notification and the grey bell, and you will be notified whenever we post. But if that don't sound good, which I'm sure it does, I've got someone even better to talk about with it today. We've got Salah from L5 Star FC. Welcome, Salah. How are you feeling, mate? And how are you feeling ahead of next week?
I'm feeling good. I think hopefully we can make some signings this week, and then we can have a good season, because I think we are lacking the signing. So but I'm confident going to the new season. Hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. A lot of our outgoings are pretty minimal. A lot of our incomings are pretty minimal, to say the least. But this show is based on starting 11 predictions, so we will go over our starting 11 for Norwich away, Saturday the 14th of August, 5:30. And we'll start with the goalkeeper, Salah. What are we saying for the goalkeepers? I'm sure we'll all agree on this, but goalkeeper?
I think Alisson came back the other week. I think he's fine. I don't think Kelleher needs to step in. I think Alisson, he won't get injured. I don't think he will. There's no preseason games. I think training, most likely not. So, Alisson's going to go and goal for me, 100%.
Yeah, likewise for me. I think Alisson is a pretty decent option, and I think the only option which we're really going to put there. And we'll go on to the back four. I think, are we all agreeing that we're going to play a 4-3-3 on this one?
Yeah, I think we'll play 4-3-3.
Yeah, it's just cause, who knows? Maybe the start of a new season, maybe Klopp might implement a new formation, but we probably would have seen that in the preseason games that we've seen over the past few weeks. But we'll start with left back. Now, unfortunately, Andy Robertson, the bad side is Andy Robertson will be out for a few weeks. The good side is it was a lot better than initial thought. Apparently, it could have been much worse the way he rolled.
The expectation was 8 weeks, so it's 4 weeks. So that's
massive plus, but a negative at the same time. But my left back is going to be Kostas Tsimikas. He's impressed in pre-season, which is why I'm going to put him into my back four. What are you putting in all back fours to start an 11 for Norwich on Saturday?
I'm gonna go for the Greek freak at left back, Kostas Tsimikas. I think he's been amazing. He's been amazing this pre-season. So I think now's his time to shine. I think he needs to prove himself, what he's capable of. So, Kostas Tsimikas at left back.
100%, mate. Obviously, he was heavily involved in that win yesterday against Osasuna. But we will jump to the other side of the pitch, right back. Now, Alexander-Arnold, after an up-and-down season last season, he will be my choice for right back. What's your choice for right back before we move into the centre-backs?
100% Trent. I think Trent's so good. I think... as you said, he had an up and down season, but end of the season, the last 15 games, Trent was absolutely amazing. I think he's just going to carry on from there. He's had a good pre-season, so I think he's just going to have to carry on from there. So I expect Trent to start 100%.
Yes, 100%. And now we move on to the centre backs, the big talking point. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation about Van Dijk. Obviously, he's come back stronger than ever before. But is this a little bit too soon for him? The Premier League's a different ballpark to pre-season. There's going to be much more intense games. And, a away trip to Norwich, not that pays any sort of part. But do you reckon Van Dijk will make that centre-half position? And obviously, his preferred position is on the left-hand side. Do you think he's coming in, or is it a little bit too soon? And if it is a little bit too soon, who's going to be that left centre-back?
I think he won't start against Norwich on Saturday. I think it's too soon, and I did see a report from the Echo weeks back that Klopp's going to throw Virgil van Dijk in straight away. I think, and the Echo said he's going to try to implement him near the end of September-ish. That's when he's going to start playing again. So yeah, let's hope. I think ACL is different. You can't just throw him into the atmosphere of the Premier League, the intensity. He hasn't played in the Premier League for about 9 months now, so I think he won't play. But for me, the two centre backs that I want to start, I think there's been a lot of talk saying that Matip and Konate are going to start. I think Konate is going to start this game 100%. I don't know who else will start, although we do have Matip and Gomez. But I think next to Konate, we saw how good Gomez was yesterday next to him, and we know how good Matip is. But I think Matip and Konate are just like, I don't think like we saw like Gomez and Konate. They look like they have something about them, something unique. They both have pace. They both have very good awareness. Like that's one of the ones I'd rather start Konate and Gomez. But the only thing is that the experience of Matip we may lack in the game against Norwich is because they're not, Konate and Gomez are not that experienced, and Norwich do have very good threat on the counter attack, which is why I think it would be sensible to start Matip and Konate.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And do you know what? I fully agree with you. That would be my centre half partnership. I'd have Matip in there just because I think he's very underrated. I think if it wasn't for his injuries, I think if he didn't have as many injuries, I think he'd be credited the way he
100%.
deserves, really. Because what we see with Matip is as soon as he's fit, you can just drop him in a game and he'll be so good. He'll be world class. And he'll be one of the best centre halves in the world. But the only thing keeping him back is his body. And will that be in Klopp's mind about balancing out Matip's playing time, because he knows how valuable Matip is and knows what he's like. So obviously, I feel before Christmas it's going to be very nerve-wracking for any centre back to be out there, because we all know that rushing Van Dijk back quicker than expected could result in further setbacks. But for me, I think Matip and Konate are my nailed-on centre halves to go in at Norwich. I think obviously they like to use the threat of Cantwell in the midfield, and I think we need to counteract that with some solid, tall, physical centre halves in Matip and Konate, and I think we'll be fine. And I think it's probably a little bit too soon for Joe Gomez as well, although he's probably arguably looked the better of the two. But we'll go to the midfield. We'll start with the number 6 position. For me, I'm going to go for Fabinho in there. Obviously, he did play a few minutes yesterday, but I'm just wondering what yours is. Would you make any changes, rotation? Would Milner come into this midfield 3, or are you going to stick with the Brazilian Magnifico, Fabinho?
100% Fabinho, man. He's nailed on starting every single game. We're so lucky to have Fabinho as our CDM, the best number 6 in the world. I think looking back at 2018 when Manchester United were this close to signing him, and we just came in suit. No one even knew. It came out of the dark and we signed Fabinho, and I'm so glad we did that because he's such a top class player. And I know it's Osasuna, but you saw him yesterday. He was magnificent. No one. That's the only DM I want in my team. Literally, he's amazing. Fabinho at the 6 for me. I need day.
Yeah, fair enough. And obviously, the number 8 position, I think we could potentially have 2 different options here. I'm going to go just because I think Henderson, he'd obviously come back to pre-season quite late. Will that be in Klopp's judgment going forward for this Norwich game? I'm going to go for Naby Keita to start. Very impressed a lot this season.
Yeah.
I think this hopefully is his time. But, I'm not banking on it, hopefully. But I'm going to go Naby Keita and I'm going to go James Milner. I'm going to go James Milner just because I think Thiago's a doubt for this game as well. And yeah, that'd be my thinking behind it. That experience. Norwich isn't an easy place to go, and especially with the energy that Norwich will have coming into this season, start of the season. They're going to want to start in the best possible way.
They always start good as well.
They always start good. They beat City at the start of the season when they were in the league. So
yeah.
I'm going to go Milner, Keita and Fabinho in that midfield 3. But what completes your midfield 3 in the 8th position?
On the right, I'm going to go Saul. I think Saul's going to be fit for this game when he completes his medical.
Fair enough.
I think Thiago has to start. I think although he hasn't had the preseason fully, he never played barely any games with Spain. So I don't think he's that tired. Although he has come off a slight knock, I still expect him to play this game. I think he's a valuable asset. He needs to start all 38 games if he's not injured. Him and Fabinho have to be in that midfield too. I mean, in that midfield three, them two have to be certain 100%. So I'm going to go Thiago, Fabinho, and then I'm going to go Milner. I think Milner just brings that work. That his work ethic is absolutely great. I would have said Keita, but again, that Real Madrid game is in my mind because he doesn't like his defensive work and like his work rate isn't as good as Milner's, which may lead to like them overloading on Keita's side, which is very deadly. You saw Real Madrid do that, cost us 2 goals. So I'm going Milner, Thiago, Fabinho.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Obviously, we'll go on to the front three, and arguably the two players that were most criticised last season have all had very good pre-seasons in Firmino and Sadio Mane. I'm going to start the traditional Firmino, Mane, Salah front three, although Takumi Minamino, is he enough thinking for this game, or are you going to go the typical Firmino, Salah, Mane show? Remember, Salah always scores on opening day, so take that into consideration.
I think it's been ever since he joined the league 3 years ago. He scored on every opening day. So yeah. But I'm not going to go with the traditional front three. I'm going to go with Mane, Jota, Salah. I think we need to start this season just going all guns blazing, scoring as many goals as we can. And although Firmino has scored twice against Osasuna yesterday, I think Firmino has just come back from the Copa America. He has, I don't think he has played a lot of games, but still he has played some games. So in all fairness, Jota has had more longer term out than him. He's had more rest. He's had a full preseason. So I think it makes sense to start a good Jota. So that's my front three. And in regards to Minamino, I think Minamino has been great ever since the preseason came. And I think since he's come from Southampton, it looks like he has a point to prove to us Liverpool fans. He looks more energetic. He looks like he wants to create more. His movement yesterday, I was just focusing on his movement in the first half. Excellent. His movement was great. So I think if we see Minamino against Norwich on Saturday, I think he'll be off the bench. I don't expect him to start, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. That is fair enough. Obviously, that is the starting 11 prediction. And what is your score prediction for this with your team that you have fielded out there? What is your score prediction? Do you think we can get over Norwich?
Yeah, I think it's kind of complicated, to be honest, because Norwich are a completely different side to what they were 2 years ago when they got promoted. But I'm going to just go for a 1-0 win. I think we'll just clinch on the opening day, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And a clean sheet, you can't always argue with that. I'm going to go for a 3-1 to Liverpool. I still think that we can rinse the back of the net, but I do feel that, we have been vulnerable in terms of at the back. Especially, I think it's pretty normal. I think the rhythm's slightly off at the start of the season. That'll take time, which I think will be, I think it'll be 3-1. But I think it'll be a good start to the season for the Reds away from home. Come back to the Premier League at Anfield the next Saturday, and we'll go again. But thank you all for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you did enjoy the content you do see. Big thank you to Salah for obviously joining today, and hopefully we can get some more shows in before the start of next season and beyond. Come on, Liverpool, let's start well and let's get this league title back. Come on, boys.
Come on.